Well, he buys himself some space again in the midfield and then sets Rigobert Song free. 2 in the penalty area for him to aim at. Poor clearance to West, and Cole denied by Paul. Canute bundles it in for 1-0. Derby behind in the opening moments of the game. A goal of quality made by Joe Cole and converted by Frederick Canute. It wasn't the greatest cross from Rigobert Song, but West's interception was a poor one. Cole had enough power on the shot to chop a ball, and then Canute got lucky. Header forward from Riggett. It's up by Carrick. Now a chance for Lampard. 2-0. West Ham strolling their way through the Derby defence again. 2 up inside the opening 7 minutes of the game. And Derby's relegation woes increased by Frank Lampard. West. Good first touch from Di Canio toward Canute. Higginbotham perhaps had a chance to clear that. Cole finds Di Canio. And Cole! 3-0! He's got his goal. They've been a rarity for Joe Cole, but he's deserved it with his first 45 minutes performance. And in first half injury time, West Ham extend their lead to 3. Good movement again, the key to this. Cole spotted the run of Di Canio, played him in with a perfectly weighted pass. And the return just as good. Cole firing it in for his 4th goal of the season, and West Ham lead 3-0. Burton by Morris, but Christie's in. Can he pull one back? No foul. The Derby fans furious. The referee, who was a good 30 yards away when the challenge came in, decided that it was no penalty. Christie still can't believe it. He's still inside the penalty area looking questioningly at the officials. My initial reaction is with every justification. Here's Cole at the other end. The referee has given a goal kick. Well, maybe Rob Stiles felt as though he had to try and balance things up, because they both looked as though they should have been penalties. Winterburn. Crowd wanted it played early. I think he sensed that Cole was offside, although he had in fact been played onside by Powell. Burton. Johnson lets it run. Good Johnson! And Derby have one back. Thordy Good Johnson's first goal in English football since he arrived in the East Midlands from Las Palmas, and does it start an improbable Derby County fight back?
Quite how he's doing it is something of a mystery, because just lately Claudio Ranieri's not been saying anything publicly. But Chelsea's Italian boss is certainly getting it right where it counts, on the pitch. 3 wins in a row, up to 5th. Yes, put your shirt on Chelsea qualifying for Europe. That's the message from Stamford Bridge.
No doubt about it, definitely. UEFA Cup, not Champions League, but we'll be there.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll make Europe, definitely. I mean, still hoping for a 3rd place Champions League slot.
I think we've got Leeds and Liverpool, and they've got a lot of games to play, so I'm very confident they will qualify for Europe.
Well, Chelsea hit the ground running. In the very first minute, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank was in, but he tried to be a bit too clever, and Southampton scrambled the ball for safety. In fact, Chelsea had to wait until 3 minutes before half-time to make the breakthrough. Mario Melchiot's knockdown, and Gus Poyet with a bouncing bomb of a shot to beat Paul Jones. The South American's 3rd goal in 2 games. That's 11 for the season. Southampton would argue it was a lucky goal. It was certainly a great time to score so close to the interval, and it brings European hopes even more sharply into focus for Chelsea.
You know, after all this season, it was really difficult to start talking about Champions League now. It's like, you know, be a little bit crazy. So keep calm. We will see what's up.
Crazy, but amazing if it was to end that way, because, like you say, it's been quite a season, hasn't it?
It will be fantastic. If we reach that position, I think it's going to be a great success.
Into the second half, and there should have been more goals. Chelsea old boy Dan Petrescu cleared off the line. Then a fine move involving Graham Rousseau, Poyet inevitably, and Dennis Wise. Jones just did enough, but only just. Seconds later, an even better save from Jones. Great reactions to keep out Poyet's header. Gianfranco Zola thought he should have had a penalty. No one else was too interested, but the little Italian was incensed. He too fully believes Chelsea are Europe-bound.
We are convinced that we are playing well, and we want to, if we keep playing this way, we can be there.
What of Southampton? Well, they didn't give their fans too much to cheer. This was their best effort shortly after half-time. James Beattie smacked the woodwork, but earlier in the season that would have gone in. Yes, the Saints are suffering a bit at the moment. That's 3 consecutive league defeats since Glenn Hoddle's departure. The question now is, who should replace him?
George Graham, I think. Where's that?
Because I think Keegan is a bit of a... He leaves the club if it's going wrong. I think George Graham would be nice and get back at Tottenham, you know.
I think Keegan seems to be the favourite. I think he seems to be the favourite with the fans.
One of the old managers here, actually. Really, like to see him in.
As for the caretaker manager, Stuart Gray, well, he knows he's got to start winning, and soon, if he's to stand any chance of keeping the job permanently.
Well, you just hit the nail on the head. I think it's down to results, and that'll be the chairman and the board's decision.
What's your view on it all, though, as things stand? I mean, would you like the job?
Again, I think it's a very attractive job for anybody, because going into a new stadium at the start of next season, so I think there'll be a lot of people interested in the job.
For Chelsea, the job's all about qualifying for Europe. This is the highest they've been since the season's opening day. Don't bet against them. Chelsea 1, Southampton 0.
Nick.
Aston Villa have a terrific recent record against Everton. Walter Smith's team hadn't beaten Villa in their 10 previous meetings, but they still didn't expect to be a goal down after just 70 seconds. Alan Wright played it forward. Ian Taylor's dummy fooled Michael Ball, and Dion Dublin, who'd been rested against West Ham, outwitted Alessandro Pistoni before slotting past Gerrard. Villa fans had seen Paul Merson produce the perfect finish in the reverse game at Goodison. Now it was the perfect start from Dublin. After 20 minutes, Everton equalised. Graveson's long throw, glanced on by Southgate, and killed off with a thumping volley by David Unsworth. It was the former villain's 4th goal of the season, but he was later injured. Villa had made 4 changes from the team which drew with West Ham a week earlier. One of those recalled was Alan Wright. Villa may have adopted the 4-4-2 system now, but that didn't stop Wright getting forward to test Gerrard. Off the post that time, but the arrival of David Ginola off the bench was to prove crucial. The Frenchman took up the position on the left side of midfield in place of Lee Hendry. But it wasn't long before a telling cross was delivered to the head of Ian Taylor. Taylor's first goal since November. Everton still feel they need one more win to be safe as they prepare for the Merseyside derby with Liverpool. Villa's European hopes, meantime, are alive and kicking, and they're now just a point behind Sunderland.
Well, we look at the table tonight and...
game provided great entertainment through a mix of fine football and eccentric defending. Sunderland was soon 2 goals to the good. French defender Patrice Carteron's cross reached Kevin Kilban, and he made it 1-0 with less than 3 minutes played. On 12 minutes, it seemed that Glenn Hoddle's first away league game in charge of Tottenham would surely end in defeat. Stefan Schwartz's free kick beat the wall, if not Neil Sullivan, but Niall Quinn was following in, and he was able to claim his 7th goal of the season. If the first half belonged to Sunderland, then the second will be long remembered by Spurs supporters. And the North Londoners started their comeback with a truly memorable goal. What football fan could fail to appreciate this move, ending with a nonchalant volley that brought Stephen Clements his first goal of the campaign. Glenn Hoddle was a cultured player with touch and vision. He must have been purring as his players opened up the Black Cats' defence. With Armstrong, Ferdinand and Everson all injured, Gary Doherty played up front alongside Sergei Rebrov, and his determined run ended in Spurs drawing level. Not that those in the home dugout appreciated it much. Kevin Phillips has managed 15 goals this season, but only 1 in his last 10 games. due in part to this excellent save from Neil Sullivan. The winner came 2 minutes from the end. Sunderland defender Emerson Tome lost concentration as he tried to play the offside trap. Michael Gray wasted his opportunity to clear, and Doherty was there to net his second of the game and sixth of the season. 6 points out of 6 for Spurs, and amazingly, Glenn Hoddle has not lost a league game since January.
There was a lot of character today. We showed immense character. There was a lot of good performances for us, and delighted to come to a place, particularly to come here and be 2-0 down at half-time, to come back and win 3-2 shows fantastic character.
Well, I've had better days and really, really disappointed.
The best football action from around the